What happens to a Muslim who eats pork on purpose, not by mistake, but because he wanted to? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm Sheikh Mansur al-Hashimi. This is not a lecture about rules. This is about what happens to your soul after that bite. Last year, a young man named Ahmed came to me. He was 19. At a party, his friends laughed and said, "You Muslims are slaves to rules. Prove you're free. Eat this." He looked at the bacon. He knew it was haram. He knew the ayah. But in that moment, he chose to prove something to them instead of to Allah. He ate it, not because he was hungry, but because his ego whispered, "One bite won't change anything." After he swallowed, the laughter died. His friends moved on to the next joke, but Ahmed stayed frozen. He felt something shift inside him, not a thunderclap, not a voice from the sky, but a quiet closing, like a door gently shutting between him and Allah. He went home that night. The prayer mat was in the corner. He looked at it. He wanted to pray, but his hands felt heavy. His heart whispered, "You don't deserve to stand before him now." And so he didn't. Night after night, the mat stayed folded, not because he stopped believing, but because he believed one terrible lie, that Allah's mercy has limits, and he had crossed them. Then I asked Ahmed one question. "When you ate that bacon, did you believe Allah was watching?" He looked down and whispered, "Yes." And in that yes lies the entire answer. Because if you knew he was watching and you still chose to disobey, that is a sin. But if after that sin you still believe he is watching, you have not left Islam. You are still his servant. And he says in Surah Az-Zumar, verse 53, "O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, it is He who is the forgiving, the merciful." Let me be clear about what does not happen when you eat pork knowingly. First, you do not leave Islam. Kufr is rejecting Allah, not disobeying Him. There is a universe between those two. Second, your salah is not invalid. You do not need to wait until you feel clean to pray again. In fact, the very moment you feel that distance is the moment you should pray. Third, Allah does not turn His face away from you. He was watching when you ate it, and He is still watching now, waiting for one word, Astaghfirullah. The wall you feel is not His rejection. It is your shame, and shame is not from Allah. It is from the whisper that says, "You have gone too far." Here is the truth. Eating pork on purpose is a sin, but the real danger comes after, when you hear the whisper, "Allah will never forgive you." That whisper is not from Allah. It is from the enemy who wants you to stay away forever. Because one bite does not take you out of Islam, but believing you are beyond forgiveness, that is the real prison. Allah forgave drinkers. He forgave those who lied and stole. He forgave again and again, not because their sins were small, but because His mercy is endless. Your bite was not heavier than His mercy. The sin ended in 10 seconds, but the shame kept you away for months, and shame is not from Allah. The door was never locked. You just believed it was. But I must say this clearly. Allah's mercy is vast, but it is not an excuse to sin. His forgiveness is a gift for those who fall by mistake or weakness. It is not a green light to seek out haram on purpose. Do not say, "I will eat it," then ask for forgiveness. That attitude, that casualness towards sin is what distances the heart from Allah. The believer tries his best to obey, and when he fails, he turns back immediately, not because he is perfect, but because he loves the one he obeyed. So what happened to Ahmed? That day in my office, he said, Astaghfirullah, but as a man finally coming home after months of exile. If you carry the same weight, write Astaghfirullah in the comments below.